From the Poor Man's Morning and Evening Portions by Robert Hawker. November the 7th Evening Portion. Verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it you. John 16 verse 23. My soul, do not fail to remark, in this blessed promise of thy Lord, how he hath secured the accomplishment of it. Here is a double verily if one will not do. And this is said by the faithful witness, and the Amen of heaven. Had Jesus said but the words themselves, without a single verily, his bare word was enough to give confirmation to faith, but when he says, verily, verily, repeating it twice over, how gracious and condescending, as well as comforting and confirming, ought it to be to our dependence upon what he hath said. But the promise itself comes in with a blessed shall and will, and that not to any limited request or petition, but extended to a whatsoever, as if Jesus threw the reins of government into his people's hand. In some parts of Scripture we find a may be for our encouragement. It may be, said the prophet, that the Lord of hosts will be gracious, Amos v. 15. And this ought to encourage a child of God in the exercise of faith, under every trial. But when God saith, it shall be, and confirms it with a double asseveration of verily, verily I say unto you, this sums up, all in one, every assurance that can be desired. Pause, my soul, over the subject, and then say, what shall be thy requests to thy God and Father, in the name of his dear Son? Nay, do not ask for small things, while the King of heaven hath given thee two verilies, that whatsoever thou shalt ask shall be granted. Jesus himself doth as it were put into thine hand a blank paper for thee to fill in, having signed and set his own blessed and holy name at the bottom. Now what wilt thou write down? Thou hast nothing more to do, than to follow thy Lord's example, and as he hath written his name in the promise, do thou also write Jesus, and Jesus only, on the whole paper. Ask of God thy Father to give thee Jesus, for in giving him, in him and with him, he giveth all things. Lord, I would say, give me thine own dear Son, and I need nothing more, Christ is all, and in all.